Hello, welcome back to Boston Bants, the home of Irish boxing. We're back again with another review of another fight night. So last night, should I say?
Interesting night of boxing. It's good to have them big fights back in the Saturday night pay-per-view. Topic of discussion is really Bellew. How did you find it?
I thought it was a really good fight. I thought Bellew did a lot better than what people presumed he would do. Like, do you know what I mean?
I personally think he's just kind of overrated. Really, I think English or British people in general, even with football, they big things up too much. I think Bellew. A lot of people are saying he's underrated. You know what I mean? Not really. Like, I just think there's levels and there's levels. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you want to fake a WBC world title, so he didn't actually be a legit world champion, which he did well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, he stopped his the challenger he had, but did well to fight for a fake world title. Then he fights Hay, and Hayden. Listen, no matter what people are saying about him, Hay was winning that fight before he did his leg in. Fair enough, Hay did his leg in, he had to move on. And the Bellew stopped him. And then I seen the post press conference about him saying he beat Hay the second time and no one thought he beat him. Hay was past it. I remember watching it with the boys, and remember after the fourth round I said his legs are still gone. And Hay still hasn't complained about it, didn't moan about it, and hasn't gone into detail about saying, listen, realistically, anyone who knows boxing and any clue about fighting full stop would know that his legs are completely gone. So to me, David Bellew hasn't boxed anyone absolutely magnificent. Now, he took a massive step up. I do believe he's probably, the fella he fought he's definitely in the P for P, you know what I mean? But, different class. But, as you said, Bellew did better than a lot of people thought. Like, he nicked a few early rounds. I've seen one judge had him 3 rounds up. I don't think he was 3 rounds up before that fight got stopped. One judge had him 1 round up and one had a level. Also, when you're watching Sky Sports, they're very biased, so it's very difficult for people who don't really have a clue about boxing to actually to listen to the commentators and taking everything in. Bellew did great to get there. To me, like he says he doesn't have a big mouth. He doesn't like the fame. He plays into it. Personally, I think he plays into it. He knows, like he always says, he's the fat kid. He's this, he's that. Like, he doesn't big himself up, but he knows how to work a crowd, and he's had getting massive support in the last probably 3 to 4 years, building up for one world title in Goodson Park. Great achievement. He's retired. I'm glad to see him finish. But I thought, me personally, I think the Ukrainian, I can't pronounce his name.
Alexander USYK.
He was evens money to stop him. That's buying money, that was, you know what I mean? I was buying, a few of my friends put a few quid on, and buying money in my point of view. I could see it coming before it happened, you know?
Yeah. I think a lot of people thought that USYK in the first few rounds wasn't looking that great, but it was purely because he was feeling it, but you know the way it is, like Bellew was playing cat and mouse.
Yeah.
So you know the way it is, it's very hard to look good against someone who isn't looking to exchange, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you fought journeymen and things like that who just don't want to fight.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Bellew ain't how you want him.
I'm not saying he wasn't trying to fight, but he was constantly trying to lower him in, and it's very hard to look good against someone like that. And then obviously once he did start to find his range and he was reading Bellew's punches, like, you could see, even though it was even going into probably the 8th round, you knew that from that point on it was going to be one-sided. And Bellew, you could see USYK was constantly cutting off the ring and constantly following him, even when he wasn't. And you could see it was exhausting Bellew because he was constantly having to think about what he was going to do next, you know. And like it's kind of like the GGG Canelo thing, isn't it? Where Canelo throws a punch and people start screaming and shouting, and Golovkin effortlessly throws 3, 4, 5 punches, and
but Canelo's throwing that one big punch and Golovkin throwing 4 punches, and they're giving it to Canelo.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. He's the home for it. At the end of the day, they're going to be boys towards him. Bellew's the home for it in his backyard, and he's not the A side, but he's kind of the A side, like it's his. Like, I know
he's the name.
Eddie promotes him, but the show's done because of Bellew, you know what I mean? But
hence why USYK took the fight.
Yeah, like listen, you can see the amateur in this in music and the way he feels out, you know what I mean? He doesn't panic, doesn't rush, he's not straight in for the brawl, he's smart, he thinks smart, you know what I mean? And that's his pedigree, his amateur pedigree, he's an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
But him with Andre Ward would be a serious fight. To me, that would be a boxing fantastic fight, that would, you know what I mean? That would be really skill, proper technical skill. It's never going to happen with Ward with Horde, but someone around that level you'd really see the best. I thought about moving up now to heavyweight. How would he fare against Joshua? I don't really know, you know what I mean?
I think he's very good. I think give him problems, but a lot of pundits would say that
the size difference.
Yeah, and he gets a hit quite a bit too much for a cruiserweight. Like, do you know what I mean? Bellew was catching him quite a few times.
The right hand straight, but listen, I would like to see Bellew double up the right hand. I was seeing Dave Caldwell in the corner. I was listening to a few instructions. Sounds like Dave Caldwell deserves a pat on the back for what he's had to do with Bellew as well. Listen, don't get me wrong, it's the man. He's the man in the ring fighting. He has the balls, the heart. But David Caldwell was had to do brilliant things to get him so far. And I was listening to a few of his things, his instructions he was doing in the corner was brilliant. I would have just liked to see him double up the backhand, especially with southpaw. But he did brilliant. He held his head high. He way overachieved in what I think anyone thought he was going to do, including himself.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Massive overachieved. Listen, he's a world champion. He said he's money made now. You know what I mean? Listen, what else you want? And listen, he's not punch drunk. Everything. His health is in good tack. He's walking away from the sport happy, you know.
Yeah. What do you think of? You were talking about walking away with good health, but last night he was knocked. It was a really bad knockout, right?
I said I can't remember half the fight.
Yeah, and loads of people were saying after the fight that because he kept repeating himself in the interview, and he was almost as if he was drunk or something like that. And it's become a thing in MMA where a lot of commentators are refusing to interview fighters after fights if they've been knocked out because it's not really fair.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be put into depending on the severity on the
knockout? Well, listen, some knockouts are extremely bad. Listen, the way he got knocked out looked bad, but he was getting up when he was getting stopped. I know he was getting up. I don't think he was going to beat the 10 count.
No.
But he was getting up. You know what I mean? He was still switching on. But obviously, some people are getting badly knocked out. But then again, you have pay-per-view. You have people paying thousands. Viewers, thousands, a million viewers viewing in. People paying thousands or hundreds of euros to attend the event. It kind of comes part and parcel, you know what I mean? Listen, some knockouts are just extremely bad, like for Ryan Burnett's sake, last week he didn't get knocked out, he got stopped, but he couldn't do an interview. It just comes part and parcel. Some people can, some people can't, you know what I mean? Depends the situation.
Right. So the one before that was Crawler and Jordan.
Yeah, very good fight.
It was all three scorecards were the exact same, identical, 116, 113, all across the board. Very competitive fight. What do you think? The winner of that fight Crawler, is now mandatory for WBA, which is obviously Lomachenko's belt. How do you think he'd?
I don't think he's gonna fight him unless I wouldn't surprise me if Lomachenko's gonna take the belt and maybe go up or something. I think the next fight for Crawler is Luke Campbell. That's what I think. Yeah, I've seen a bit back and forth on Twitter, wishing the best and not bad neither, but you can kind of just tell there's something in the pipeline, and it makes sense, you know what I mean? Yeah. Crawler's already beaten Ricky Bones who fought that night. Listen, there's good domestically around there. I'd like to see it. It'd be nice if there was a faking belt until I'm fighting for a world title. I'd like to see Luke Campbell achieve and win a world title. He's an exceptionally brilliant boxer.
That's very good,
who just hasn't achieved his potential, really, you know what I mean? He's been close, but just not that close, just haven't crossed the line.
Just the world champions that are in this division, really.
Yeah, it's a tough division. But I think him and Luke next, like we said, Ricky Bones fought Scott Cadell, which was
late step in.
Yeah, late step in, but I'm sure he was getting ready for a fight. Same with Cadell was getting ready for. I'm not sure he was on that bill or a different bill.
Yeah.
I know he had a fight coming up, but it's a shame to see. But it's just levels. Like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying Scott should just retire, and commentators are saying like he looks older than what he is. Only he really knows, you know what I mean, how much punishment he's had taken. Some fights you get aged after one or two fights, out of nowhere you just get aged pretty fast. He's only young, like he was in the World Championships with me. In fairness, I was 51, he was 69 kilos, so he fights at 61 now, you know what I mean? He came down from 69 to 61 when he was when he was younger, he dropped down the weight, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big jump. So, does he pack it in? Only he knows, you know what I mean? I just hope, if he does pack it in, he's content and happy with what he's achieved. He won the British title. He was a big star. Like, he wasn't a massive star in Scotland, but he was building himself up nicely. A few little hiccups on the way, but if he packs it in, I wish him all the best. If not, I'd like to see him in a few good domestic fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think after the Ritson fight, really, because it was a bad stoppage now, like, you know what I mean, he was getting hanged around.
The first round, I thought he was going to stop Richards when he fought him first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he kind of blew his load, and the second round, then I think it was the second or third he got stopped then, you know?
Yeah.
But
do you typically think Lomachenko would vacate the belt and either go down or up, because Mikey Garcia is obviously hopping up 2 weight classes to fight Spence, and everyone thought they were going to fight each other.
Yeah, and that's a fight I would like to see. But I think, listen, if Garcia loses to Spence, he's at the jump 2 weight classes. It's not going to.
No.
He loses. He's on the field. He loses all, but you have to jump 2 weight classes. You dare to be great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You come back down and fight Lumbo, but if you lose Lumbo, and then can you really go 2 weights to fight Garcia?
Yeah.
Or fight Errol Spence? No, you know what I mean. So maybe it's a tactical point of view for him. You know.
Yeah.
I would like to see the fight with Lomachenko, but
I suppose they're probably waiting to cash out on that, really.
yeah, but really the only time I say, but I just have a feeling Crawler and Luke Campbell, just something in the pipeline for that happening.
And who would you go for on that?
Luke Campbell.
Yeah. It'd be kind of like a nice close-off fight for Crawler, and then...
Yeah, listen, Crawler's out there achieving great things, you know what I mean? Absolutely great things. Remember the time he was meant to fight Derry Matthews? Derry was over in Spain, was it? Sorry, he wasn't meant to fight Derry Matthews. He fought Derry, but remember the time where he was meant to fight for a world title, and then he got a bang at that, the block on the back of the head from the burglar, and Derry stepped in, and people thought that was the end of Crawler, and then he came back on to win a world title, so it's great to see what he's at achieving, you know what I mean? But...
And he lost like domestic level fights in the league to win his first world title.
Yeah.
He lost British title fights and...
Just goes to show you, plug away, and I don't think Crawler is anything special, but he does everything good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He seems to live by the book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reminds me a bit like Scott Quigg. He just seems nothing absolutely amazing, but has a big set of balls and keeps plugging away, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Joe Gallows is the fittest fighter he's ever had in the gym. Like,
yeah.
Just said unbelievable fit, loves training, loves doing it. He's no intentions of retiring or anything. Same as Ricky Burns as well, apparently. Just
I thought Ricky was going to pack in after qualify, really. I thought that was the plan for him, but...
He said last night he's just no intentions of it, he just loves it. He says absolutely loves it.
All he can do is still do it. He's a 3-weight world champion, and what was it? I think it was super feather, lightweight, light welter. He's gone back down to lightweight now, I think.
Yeah, he lost the lightweight title. No, sorry, it was a lightweight. Yeah, he lost his first lightweight title to Terence Crawford.
Yeah, and then moved up.
Yeah.
He won the light welter, I'm not sure.
Yeah. WBA, and he lost that to Ngannou.
Yeah, and then he had to come back down then the lightweight.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? He has really options, you know what I mean? Few options for where he fights at.
Yeah, so the fights before them, Dave Allen. For Argentinian.
Do you know what? I haven't watched much of Dave Allen, and I always watch his interviews on AFL TV. It goes to show how far a personality can get.
Yeah.
He comes across as a love. Do you know what? He's like an orange. You strip him back. It's like he's been stripped back so many times. You start to see the inner him. You know, I think that's what people love. You know, the layers are being peeled away, and you kind of really see the man for what he is. You know, I think that's what he's loved really for. He's very open about his mental health as well. I think. So I think that's why, as far as I know, Eddie's looked after him because of basically he sells tickets as well. You know what I mean? Because of just he's had been stripped back by so much and people love him. So he's kind of getting looked after by Eddie. But I've seen his interview with IFL TV saying basically saying he's taking the piss really at the moment. Like he has fights and he thinks he's at this level, and all of a sudden he hasn't trained. He's fighting fought a fella 8-1. So technically he's not a journeyman on paper, but you look at his record who he's fought. He's really a journeyman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a sluggish brawl. I didn't see too much of the fight because it was away, and a lot of people were saying he's just blown out his arse. You know what I mean? Blown out his arse.
Like he clipped him a couple of times. There was one time he had him properly wobbled. Like I mean, he's falling up against the rope and everything, and all Dave Allen had to do was just throw flurry combinations. The referee would have waved it, and he he had so little energy. Like his punches were just he was just leaning into him. Do you know what I mean? And he could have stopped him numerous times. Like, do you know what I mean?
He said himself he was fit. He could have stopped him in 2 rounds, and he said the only reason he won was because he had a set of balls and he was tough. That's the only reason he won the fight. Skill and technique went out the window. So just listen, I'm happy for him to win. I hope to see him push on, but as he said this in an interview, he said there's only so many times I have to say, oh yeah, I'm going by training proper, and he doesn't do it, he's feeling himself, so it's going to catch up. Maybe one more. See, that heavyweight's a little bit different. You can pick up 1 or 2 losses and they don't mean nothing. Like, then all of a sudden you can string 4 wins together and you get this big thing like Dylan White, you know what I mean? He's stringing a few nice wins together and all of a sudden he's massive, he's the next big thing, or he's coming up, you know what I mean? I think when you have a good manager, a good promoter looking after you right, picking the right fights at the right time, you can go far in this game, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, you need the balls, the heart and the skill, but it really comes down to who you know as well, you know what I mean? Like, Dylan White, like, he's had to improve massively, but I still don't think he's a world beater, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, behind AJ, he's the big thing, you know what I mean? You really see how good he is against Derek Chisora now, this second fight. What kind of shape Chisora comes in and what kind of shape White comes in. Yeah. It's a really interesting fight.
The good, like, you have to take your hat off to Dylan White as well, because he's not afraid of anyone. Like, he'll take any fight. Like, he didn't have to take the Joseph Parker fight, took it. He didn't have to take the Derek Chisora fight at the time when he took it. And this time he could have just waited till for the Joshua fight. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but he's taking it, which is like fair play to him. People were saying Eddie Hearn was getting interviewed there, and he says, I'm seeing some of the American fans like online and writing to me and abusing me, going, that's not the fight that people want to see. They want to see him and Ortiz. And he was like, listen, mate. He says, I've done the numbers. He says it makes no sense in terms of belts, finance, anything for him to fight Ortiz.
You have to weigh it up. Ortiz is a much bigger risk, much bigger risk than Derek Chisora. Plus,
he's going to pay.
And then you have Chisora and Dylan White fighting each other in England. What's
on a pay-per-view?
What was a great first fight?
Yeah.
It's going to sell. It doesn't make sense. It'd be different if Ortiz had a world title and he said, okay, we're going to risk it. I don't think he beats Ortiz, we're going to risk it, but Ortiz is too big of a risk for anyone, for too much to lose, you know what I mean?
And Eddie Hearn was like, he said Dylan White will get paid more in this fight against Chisora than Ortiz will get paid in his whole career. Like, even Deontay Wilder, he said, what's the point in him fighting? Like, you know what I mean?
Another fight was on Friday night. Was Brian Rose came back. I think after I'm not sure, it was an 18-month layoff. He came back basically a junior man. He won by 1 point, but it was good to see him get the rounds in. It was a difficult fight. I watched live on IFL TV. The MTK show on MTK show it was a good show in Manchester. It was a tough fight for him, but it stand to him. You know what I mean? He got the win. Tough to see how much the old dog has left. I see that Luke Keeler's at the fake in his WBO. Conrad Cummins had it when the Bowden fought. Luke won, and now Brian Rose is fighting Conrad Cummins, and the winner fights Luke. It's a good little domestic between the three of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Luke, do you think he'll get a world title shot very soon? Like, how many more fights would you say he'll take him to win?
For Luke?
Yeah.
Listen, he's going to fight the winner between Brian Rose and Conrad Cummins. I think Conrad really underperformed the last time he fought, and Luke really performed, you know what I mean? And that's down to himself and Pete Taylor.
2 bad cuts on his eyes.
You know what I mean? So 2 massive cuts, what could have easily been stopped. So it's good. It's a good domestic. I think I actually think Conrad beats Rose. It depends, you know what I mean? Because Rose stands in front and it's Sue Conrad, which Luke moved with Conrad and had Conrad confused with, you know what I mean? So the only time I'm going to see between them, you know what I mean? Out of three of them, whoever does come out on top deserves another shot of something decent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Move on from WO. I don't think now we're near world level. Yeah, but I do think they deserve to be pushed up that ladder after whoever wins it. If Conrad wins and Conrad fights Luke and Conrad wins, he deserves something better. But if Rose wins and fights Luke and Rose beats Luke, deserves something. Or even if whoever wins between Conrad and Brian Rose and Luke beats him, deserves something good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good to see, it's a good domestic. All three of them are MTK, so it makes sense to have it, you know what I mean? It makes it easy to have it, but it's time to see what's next for them.
Do you like that format now? Like a lot of yous that are managed by MTK, but none of you would have a promoter in terms of like Frank Warner or anything like that, so you just kind of, IFL have the deal obviously with MTK now and all that, and he's fighting Box Nation quite regularly. Do you like the format in terms of like these are all kind of fighting each other and it's always 50-50 and
not necessarily. I know where you're coming with. It depends if it works out. If it makes it seems right, but listen, as individuals, like no one's bigger than MTK. No one's bigger than anyone's manager. I don't think, but it just depends. Like the fight seems right. Yeah, it seems right, but like Michael Conn hasn't fought one MTK boxer, and understandable, you know what I mean? There's plenty who haven't fought MTK, like it's like John fought me and fought Quigley, and now he's not one at MTK before fighting again, you know what I mean? So it just all really depends if the team seems right. I just don't think one individual has to be put into that circle of fighting just an MTK boxer, because it just makes it easier, but at the end of the day it's like boxing yourself. You're signing up. If that was the case, it's like you're signing up just to fight. Like sign up to the UFC and just fighting the UFC. It doesn't make sense. I know the UFC is massive, but like if say MMA, like someone does Bellator, signing the Bellator, you only fight Bellator. No, you fight a few people Bellator and move on. You know what I mean? You might bounce into the UFC or whatever. You know what I mean? Where the biggest money is. Only time will tell. You know what I mean?
And in terms of Eddie Aaron was speaking about it briefly last night. Actually, he was getting interviewed. So. He was asked about John Carroll. So John Carroll obviously been back and forth with Tevin Farmer over the whole thing. But Coogan was asking him, can you not make that straight away instead of him fighting his eliminator? But he says he wants him to fight his eliminator to give him a feel for what European level is before he fights.
Well, to be honest with you, John hasn't fought anyone, you know what I mean? So he does need a few fights. John realistically he's only fought me. And I haven't achieved anything as a pro yet either, you know what I mean? I've massively underachieved myself. Hopefully make a few wrongs right now next year, but I've massively underachieved, and he's only fought me. Like, who else has he fought? Quigley, who, to be honest with you, no disrespect, I skilled Quigley when I fought in Preston last time. John beat me, he stopped me in the ninth, but I would like to see John fight a few more fights, but I do understand where he's coming from. He wants Farmer straight away, he believes himself, John believes himself. Do I think he beats Farmer? No, not a hope in hell. But Farmer struggled. I watched one or two of his fights. He struggles with southpaws, which I'm not a fan of southpaws either. Give me an odd John beat me fair and square the last time we fought. But besides that, who else did I fight? I fought James Tennyson. I'm skilled James Tennyson because he's orthodox. He suited me down to the ground. Do you know what I mean? James fought Farmer. It's just that I struggle with southpaws. I think Farmer struggles a little bit with southpaws as well. But I think that's what playing into his hand. But I wish him all the best. Though I think he can beat him. No, but I hope he does. You know what I mean? I hope he does win. You know, I want James Tennyson to win. But Farmer is a very exceptional boxer, and he has improved the last few years as well.
Very good. Yeah.
I remember my father watched him a while ago, and my dad said he was shit. He sent me videos. He goes, "Declan, this fella's shit." Like my dad goes, "You would beat him now if you fought him straight away, come back." And then I showed him a bit of tennis before he goes, he has improved, you know what I mean? So he's got his life intact and he's improved. And I do think Farmer's a very exceptional. Well, he made Tenzin look very, very ordinary. But Tenzin always does struggle in fights, you know what I mean? Like, he struggled massively with me. Caught me with 2 nice shots, stopped the fight. I don't think it should have been stopped. Martin J. Ward, he struggled with Martin J. Ward. He caught Martin J. Ward, came back, and he struggled with Farmer. But I do believe he was going to get up on he has a heart to fucking a line and he plugs away, you know what I mean? He has a set of balls and he keeps coming. So I don't think that should have been stopped. But I do want to see the Farmer and Devontae Davis fight, really. That's what fight I think everyone wants to see, you know what I mean? To see who is the number 1 super featherweight really there.
I was listening to Pound for Pound, that's Spencer Oliver, and he was saying, he was talking about the fight as well, and Paulie texted me as well about it, and he said that they think stylistically it's awful for him, like, do you know what I mean? Because the way that they are, the way that John fights and Tevin fights, he said stylistically it's all wrong, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
only time will tell.
Yeah.
John can prove everything wrong and do it, and I hope he does. But
type of farmer, like they were talking, like he had 4 losses in his first 12 fights, like just goes to show you.
And he was robbed when he fought he fought actually in America when he got robbed against the Chinese fella.
Yeah.
And then he went over to Australia and won the world title.
Tested positive,
Tested positive. What else fights is coming up next week now?
So you have the Morris Hooker one on Friday night.
And Jack Catchell is screaming out that fight.
Yeah.
I've seen Jack Catchell screaming out for that world title for sure. And listen, the man deserved it. He's fought everyone domestically in my eyes, and he's done an absolutely amazing job. So I'd like to see him get that crack at the world title. He's only young, Jack is. I think he's only 25, 26, maybe 27 at most. He's only young. He's strong. He's ballsy, and he seems to be improving under Jamie Moore.
Yeah.
So I hope that pulls off. But that's really it, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a lot there today.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks again for watching this week. If you're looking to follow us, go on to Facebook, Instagram, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button on YouTube as well. Links will be in below, and me and Declan will see you again.
Thank you. Peace out.
Bye bye.